Hello, today I'm going to make Arabic flatbread. At the beginning I will show you how I calculate the amounts for the dough. I want to make 12 pieces of flatbread. For each of them I need around 60 grams of dough. Totally I need 720 grams of dough. Dividing by 16 gives 45 grams. 45 multiplied by 6 gives the amount of water I need, 270 milliliter. 45 multiplied by 10 gives the amount of flour I need, 450 grams. Based on that, I calculate the remaining quantities. For salt, I take 2% of the dough weight. That makes about 14 grams. And per 500 flour, I need half a cube of fresh yeast, or 7 grams of dry yeast. Since my room temperature is about 18 degrees Celsius, I will use a whole cube of fresh yeast and some sugar. I take a part of the lukewarm water, stir in the sugar and add the yeast, and let the yeast work for 10 to 15 minutes. Adding sugar speeds up the fermentation process and gives the bread a nice brown color. I put the salt and the flour in the machine and turn it on. Once the flour and salt have combined, I add the yeast mixture. Then I add the rest of the lukewarm water. It takes 5 to 6 minutes and the dough is ready. I cover the surface of the dough with olive oil and put it in a warm place to rise. In order to create a warm environment, I preheat the oven to 25-30 degrees Celsius, turn it off, then I put the dough in it to rise. After about 2 hours, the volume of the dough has doubled and it can be processed further. From one half of the dough I am going to make slightly thicker flatbreads and from the other half thinner ones. For a precise portioning you can use a scale. I personally work by feel. I divide now the first half of the dough into 6 equal pieces. Shape them into balls, cover them and let them rest for 10 minutes. Then I roll out the balls into 6 to 7 millimeter thick flatbreads. Cover them and let them rest for 10 to 15 minutes. For baking, I use a pan. It should be thick and, if possible, coated. I preheat the pan to slightly less than the maximum temperature. I don't want my bread to burn on the outside and to stay doughy on the inside. Baking time is 1 minute on each side. Oh, so fluffy. By this half of the dough, I roll out the pieces into 3 to 4 millimeter thin pieces. Otherwise, it works exactly like with the other flatbreads. Baking with this variant is slightly different. I put the bread in the pan and wait for the first bubbles to appear. It takes about 10 seconds. Then I turn the bread over. This favors the bread being inflated like a balloon. After a minute, I turn it over again and bake it for another 50 seconds. Enjoy!